Joining me now is Father James Martin, editor-at-large of America Media. Father, welcome to the National Desk.
My pleasure.
So this new ruling, a dramatic shift, but why would you say is there a precondition tagged to it? For example, that the blessings may be carried out providing they're not part of regular church rituals or liturgies, nor at the same time as part of a civil union.
It is a dramatic shift. It's the first time that priests have been able to bless same-sex couples. But I think the idea on the preconditions is that we don't want to confuse it with sacramental marriage, which is still reserved for a man and a woman.
Now, some LGBTQ plus advocates are saying that maybe this ruling underscores churches' ideas that gay couples remain inferior to straight partnerships because they're still not granted all of the same that are afforded, the same rights that are afforded to straight couples. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, nearly every LGBTQ Catholic who I've been in touch with today has been delighted. So I don't hear any of that. I hear them being happy that they're finally being treated like human beings. I mean, we've been able to bless for years dogs and cats and farm equipment and boats and things like that. And so now we're finally able to bless same-sex couples. So the LGBTQ Catholics that I've been talking to today have been delighted, really overjoyed.
And do you think that this decision was made in any fashion to try and retain parishioners who've looked at the church in recent years as being antiquated, out of touch, and they've been leaving in recent years as a result?
I don't think so. I don't think this is an attempt to win back parishioners. I think it's really listening to people on the ground. I mean, you have more and more LGBTQ Catholics in parishes, and that may be a small percentage of the Catholic Church, but when you think about their friends and their families and their fellow parishioners and their coworkers, that's a pretty large group. And so what the church is trying to do is really listen to people's experiences.
What do you think precipitated this one?
Well, it's kind of a complex thing, but Pope Francis has really been trying to reach out to LGBTQ people, Catholics in his own church and in their own church since he got in. And then about 2 years ago, there was a much more negative ruling that came out from the Vatican that really upset a lot of people. Pope Francis replaced the person who was in charge of that department, and he today put out this new ruling. So really, I think it's listening to the people. But it takes time in the church for those things to kind of percolate up.
Lastly, in a post on your X account, you said yesterday that you were forbidden to bless same-sex couples at all, and today you can with some limitations. Do you think there will be another shift in the future?
That's a great question. I'm not sure. I mean, I think what the church can still do is look at things like conversion therapy and oppose that, come out more strongly against violence against LGBTQ people. But for now, this is a pretty big shift. And I think we can be really grateful that the church is looking at these couples who really just want God's blessing more compassionately.
Yeah, significant developments to be sure. Father James Martin, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
My pleasure.